This is the Fall Art Tidbit brought to you by Child Care Resources. Leaf printing. Please collect enough materials so each child has their own items. Consider using a tray to separate and distribute items. Materials: leaves, paper or fabric, tempera or poster paint if you're using paper, fabric paint or acrylic paint if you're using fabric, paintbrushes, mats, or newspaper. Directions: collect leaves. Prepare the trays with items for each child: the paintbrush, the paper, the paint, and the leaves. Have children paint the leaves, then press onto the paper. They can repeat the process until they are content with the result. Fall Play-Doh Invitation. Play-Doh is great for supporting fine motor skills and can be used as a three-dimensional art material. For this activity, gather different items with fall themes and tools for working with Play-Doh. Place items onto trays or in bins so that each child may have their own material, such as Play-Doh, leaves, fabric leaves, small stones, marbles, leaf confetti, cookie cutters, rolling pins. But be mindful of choking hazards for those children under the age of 3.
One fun fall activity to do with children is leaf printing. So it's kind of like making a stamp out of a leaf. Here's one that I already finished. What the children can do is select a leaf and paint it. I used this yellow one before, and this time I'm going to try a nice long green leaf. And then I'll stamp it to a piece of paper and see what print comes from a different looking leaf. Could be fun to mix some colors. Children could make a whole collage of different leaves and leaf printings. After your circle time and art activities, what are you going to do with all these leaves? Perhaps leave them out on a tray or in a sensory table near your science area. This is life science and math for the children to examine the leaves, categorize them, notice the different colors and shapes, sizes, perhaps guess what trees they belong to.
Drip painting. The weather will be changing soon enough. Why not explore water and the concept of rain in your art projects? Materials: watercolor paper or any available paper, food coloring or liquid watercolor, coffee filters, water, string, or clothespins. Directions: gather the ends of the coffee filters and clip on clothespin. Hang them from the strings outdoors, from the porch or trees. Placing the paper underneath to use rain or hold with one hand over paper. You can either add a few drops of food coloring directly onto the coffee filter and then add water afterwards. Or you can add the food coloring to the water first and then pour it onto the coffee filter together.
Rain is coming, so why not talk about it in circle time and have some art activities that explore the concept of rain. Here we have coffee filters because they absorb water very easily. What I've done is dripped some colors into it. There's a couple ways you can do this. If you have a dauber, then you can mix some food coloring or watercolors, and the children can drop or drip the paint out onto the coffee filters. Can also just mix it in a little cup and use a paintbrush. The children can watch the rain drip from the paintbrush and see how the colors absorb into the paper and perhaps mix with each other as well. You can talk about life science, how this relates to the ground outside and how the rain is absorbing into the grass and the ground. Once they're done and dry, They will change as they're drying, so this is a fun activity to see the before and after.
Exploring fall concepts and discussing color. Consider setting up a whiteboard, chalkboard, or poster to explore different concepts with children. This can be done during large or small group activities. The first section can be titled, What Do We Know About? In this case, it would be, What do we know about fall? Write out the children's answers about what they know onto the board. The children will surprise you with their answers to this open-ended question. The next question you will want to ask is, what do we wonder about? In this case, it will be, what do we wonder about fall? This will serve as a helpful planning tool when considering areas of focus during fall learning. The topic of changing leaves may come up. Consider the different ways color could be explored in art and in the classroom. Additional resources. Links to additional resources can be found in the readable version of the tidbit. A link to the tidbit is in the video description below. Thank you for watching.